Hello, my darlings. I'm coming on here as another sharing of self-forgiveness that has to do with body image. I've been going through a journey ever since I could remember, to be honest, and specifically my teenage years. And most recently, just as my body's evolving, and of course, culture has a lot to play with it, societal has a lot to play with it, environment growing up has a lot to do with my own sense of body image. But for those of you who don't feel in alignment with their body just because of societal programming, something that I felt that just came through so strongly that I wish to share with you is bringing some self-compassion and self-forgiveness specifically with my body, because my body has been fluctuating with weight for so many years, and there were so many programs that I took on when I was a little girl, teenage, even high school, and throughout my 20s. And even up to this point of being 31, I'm still adjusting to feeling safe in my body to release some weight that I don't feel specifically for my body is it wants to be there necessarily. But with all this being said, I wanted to share this story of yesterday going to the beach. And for those of you who have that same understanding of what it's like to let's say struggle with body image, or have a sense of a healthy balance or mindset around body image. So I was kind of like going around, and I was with my partner, and we were hanging out at the beach, and I started to compare my body. I started to judge my body. I started to even judge them just slightly, just becoming aware of the thoughts that were around my body, and then the projections because of my own fears being placed on these beautiful women who had amazing bodies. And I was just like, God, I wish I could be them. I wish I could have a different body. I wish I had a different face. I wish I had different skin. I wish I had this list. No. And so I went to the waters, and right away I was like, can I release the weight? Can I release this weight? And I thought to myself, and I had that sense of awareness, okay, I've been doing this for so long of like, I just keep releasing the weight. I keep releasing the weight. But there's a belief system around keeping the weight, aside from maybe traumas, aside from keeping the weight on because subconsciously I think it's protecting me, and whatever. Like, that's just a small little pocket of what holding on to some of this fat or this toxins or this protection around my body. So what I'm getting to is, instead of going to this thought pattern, which I know will only take me so far, which is like, I release the weight, I release the weight, I release the weight that no longer serves. That is also a strong aspect. That's a strong tool that you can use. It's a strong mantra or affirmation that you could use. But what I felt was my little girl, was my little teenager being so hurt by wanting a different body, by wanting something else than what I had. And in that moment, I just brought that self-compassion, that self-forgiveness, and I placed my hand on my belly, which is like my hardest spot, if you will, that I keep bringing my attention to, because that's something that I do too, is that I look at other people's stomachs and I compare myself, and I'm like, God, I wish I had that. So I placed my hand on my stomach as I'm sitting in the waves, and I'm just like, little Natasha, like, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for judging myself as if I needed to do something more, as if I just didn't know. I just didn't know. So bringing in, I forgive myself for buying into the idea that my sense of worthiness, that my sense of beauty, that my sense of this, and this is all wrapped around my weight and what I look like, and the vanity and the ego of that. And I forgive myself. I forgive myself for buying into those ideas. I forgive myself as judging those people, these beautiful women, as if they were more than me. I forgive myself for all the times that I've just disconnected from my body and just gone to the same things because I'm like, nothing will ever change, and I've given up. It's like, no. Keep bringing in that self-compassion and reminding myself, sometimes I don't I don't know where to go, or maybe I haven't pushed myself because I didn't know that I could. So for those of you who do have these body image struggles, I see you, I feel you, but the more that we can practice into coming to that being of self-forgiveness and just being like, I honor you, body. Like, I see where we're at is cool. We did this, we did that. That's cool, baby. Like, I love you, body. And talk to yourselves. I've talked to them about this so many times, but talk to yourselves. And I talk to my fat selves and I'm like, girl, we gonna release them toxins and you're safe. Body, you are safe. I trust myself. My body is safe, and I bring self-forgiveness and self-compassion when I have those thoughts. To contrast is what I like to say too, to contrast the negative thoughts of like, I could be this, I should be this, I should be that, da, 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 into I forgive myself as judging myself as if my worthiness is dependent on what I look like. So let this be an experiment, seeing what happens. Play with yourself, play with your bodies. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions or concerns, whatever you want to do, I'm here. Thank you for listening.